Hey guys, even here with the old school abs, and we are about 10 days out of Mr. Olympia, and here you can see the post that Mr. Olympia LLC posted on Instagram, and Hadi Choopan is in the middle of it. So I want to talk about that. I'm not sure if Hadi is going to be competing, and that's why I'm holding my prediction video. I'm not sure if I should do a prediction video before or after I find out if Hadi is definitely going to be there or not, because he's a big factor. He's one of the top 7 guys who can place anywhere in that top 7. So here in this Mr. Olympia official banner, you can see Hadi right there in the center, and you can see Brandon Curry on the left and Phil Heath on the side on the right. So those guys are your top 2 most likely, but Hadi is there in the middle. So do they know something we don't? Last time the president of the Mr. Olympia, the promoter Dan Solomon, addressed the public about this matter. He said that Hadi is probably gonna be there, that things are looking positive. At least they did in that moment. We haven't really heard much from Dan or Hadi since then, so we don't know if he's gonna be able to travel, but we've seen a bunch of photos like this where Hadi looks to be in shape. He looks in shape to compete in Mr. Olympia. Yeah, this is competition shape pretty much. Of course, it's not dehydrated. The last few days before the show, these guys, they can change their physiques so much, so drastically when they pull the water out, when they do the depletion and carbing up and dehydration protocols. Everything changes. They can look like 30% better or something like that. So we don't know yet. We can see that he looks good. Today he posted a video of himself squatting quite heavy. It's not some ridiculous weight, it's 5 plates. There are other pro bodybuilders that are doing 7 or 8 plates, but he's doing it with ease, so he's a strong bodybuilder. And you don't get these big legs if you're weak, so he's a strong guy. And he looks in shape. He looks definitely like he's about to compete. We don't know yet. If you guys know something that I don't, tell me, but he looks to be ready. Anyways, whether I get the information about him being able or not being able to travel, the way this guy is fixing his haircut, whatever happens, I will make a video. I will make a prediction video at least 1 week out of Mr. Olympia. So it's gonna be a little bit of a late prediction video, but I will do it, of course. At this point, I don't know if Harry's gonna be there. If you guys have any information, tell me down below in the comment section. Who we know is gonna be there is our young bodybuilder, the guy who just won his pro debut, who turned pro about a year and a half ago, the son of big Labrada, of course Hunter Labrada right here, wearing a t-shirt which says win the day, and I'm sure he did win that day by hitting this front double bicep that looks absolutely ridiculous. Take a look at the size of those guns, man. He is a big guy. He's a freak. He's a monster, not like his father. He absolutely would dwarf his father if he stood next to him. Hunter is a beast. He's a big guy. Eventually, I predicted it before, I think he has a legitimate chance of eventually becoming a Mr. Olympia champion. But right now, today, at Mr. Olympia 2020, I think he might surprise us, because the last time he competed against the other pros, nobody was able to beat him. Sure, it wasn't the biggest, the best, the toughest show in the world, but still, nobody beat him this year. And how many people will be able to beat him at the Mr. Olympia? We'll see, but I'm thinking not too many of them. I'm sure he's gonna surprise. I'm not sure, but I think he's gonna surprise us. I think we can expect great things from Hunter. I don't see him beating anybody from that top 7. Maybe if somebody like Dexter is completely off, but I guess that's about it. I don't think he can ever beat guys like Rolly Winkler. Not this year. Guys like Rolly Winkler, Big Ramy, if they're off. I don't see that happening. Bonek or something like that. Hadi, no. But he was able to beat Ian Valier before at Tampa, right? He can also maybe beat Akim Williams and some other guys who are also, top 10 material, top 11, top 12. So he can take all of those guys out, and maybe, maybe he can just beat them all, the second tier guys, and, crack the top 8, which would be an insane result for his first Mr. Olympia, especially in a lineup stacked like this. The thing about Hunter is that he has so much drive, and that he's really focused on improving his physique. He's training super hard. He's one of the hardest training bodybuilders today, And he really didn't take that foot off the gas pedal since he won the Tampa, so I expect him to be improved, yeah. The transformation he made from Nationals to Tampa was insane. It's not gonna be as big of a difference this time around, but I'm sure it will be a significant, visible difference. Let's wait and see. Alright, so classic physique now. Wesley Vissers, right here. One of the guys that I really talked about a lot, who has a lot of followers, a lot of fans, reminds us of Arnold a little bit, and we all expected him to be one of the top guys in Classic. However, he disappointed basically on the stage. When he turned pro and when he stepped on the stage with other pros against some other, not really top Classic physique guys, but still good Classic physique guys who were able to get to the Arnold Classic stage. When Wesley stood next to them, he didn't really look that impressive because he was disconditioned. He looked more classic maybe, but he wasn't in that bodybuilder conditioning. So he didn't do well. He took 13th or 14th place. I used to make videos for my old channel back then, even bodybuilding, and I talked about him deserving that spot because he was not in shape. Yes, I understand people like to see classical lines, but that's bodybuilding today. I mean, any show, it's all about conditioning, and it's the same thing with classic division. So he needs to work on his conditioning, and I think he finally figured it out. I think he finally is bringing really good conditioning. Yeah, it's it's a photo taken under a really good lighting, so you cannot really be sure is it gonna translate to the stage. But guys, I mean, if you have been paying attention, you can see that usually these photo updates are quite accurate. Surprisingly, we are not too much off with them when we make our predictions based on the photos. Because today, I mean, the photos are really high quality. Nobody's really taking videos and photos with potato cameras. You can see everything here clearly. You can see that he's in conditioning. You can see the thinness of the skin. He is ready. He's gonna be at his best, no doubt about that. He's gonna be better than ever. Is it gonna be good enough to be, in the top spots at the Mr. Olympia? Me personally, I just don't think he has a structure for it. I don't think he has the quad details. His lats are too high. Overall, he's tall. His waist is not too small. That rhymes. Overall, I don't think he has a beautiful physique in the gym, but on the stage, it doesn't really look that good. I mean, the proportions are not ideal. So even though he's gonna bring his best conditioning ever, I don't think it's gonna be enough, to be in the top 6 or something like that. He's probably gonna be not even top 10. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. But who knows? Let's wait and see. Maybe I'm wrong. But here we have a video, a posing video, which is way more revealing and you can really see what's going on. It's Terrence Ruffin, Rough Diesel, so-called, and he looks... I mean, this guy is just made for this division. I mean, this is what the division is asking for, and he's bringing it. I mean, he is bringing the conditioning, beautiful posing, small waist, just beautiful lines. Not perfect. If he was perfect, he would be the Mr. Olympia winner, but he's not that close to perfection like some of the other guys. That being said, I can see him taking the 3rd spot, best case scenario. I don't think he's just better than Brian or Chris. But I can absolutely see him cracking the top 3. Last time he competed, it was Arnold Classic, where he took 2nd. He was in good shape. Still, he wasn't able to beat Alex Cambronero, because Alex has a little bit more complete of a physique. I mean, Terrence lacks a few things, but he is always in good shape. He has good aesthetic classical lines, small waist, and he is one of the greatest posers ever, if you ask me. This guy, when he poses on stage, it's art. It's just artistic. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see his posing routine. I'm sure it's going to be something special. Where will he place? I can see him in top 3 to top 6 range. I don't see him doing worse than that or better, really. But he is doing an amazing job in representing the classic physique. This is what classic physique is and should be all about. Terrence Ruffin. I'm really curious to see how Logan Franklin actually does. I mean, after all the drama, all the hype that he's gonna beat Chris Bumstead, I'm sure he's aware that he cannot be serious when he's talking about those things, because yeah, it might happen, but you cannot know because he never stood next to Chris and he never stood next to the other top guys. Yeah, he looks promising, and again, as I said, photos are usually pretty accurate. Like, When we watched Hunter Labrada's photos, we kind of expected him to win that show, even though it was his pro debut, but the photos were so impressive. And we kind of have a similar or same situation with Logan Franklin here. His photos are looking absolutely impressive, and no matter what kind of lighting, whether he takes photos in the gym, outside, here in the posing room, he always looks super impressive, and he looks like somebody who can actually, win the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia one day, if not this year. Maybe this year, I think the best case scenario for him would be like third spot, but that's hoping for too much probably, because again, he's first Mr. Olympia, guys. I mean, you don't know how he's gonna look next to the other top guys. It might happen, it might be like a surprise, but still, you don't know. But when you look at his physique, you must be impressed with it, because it looks super aesthetic and very thick as well. He's a big guy. I mean, he's complete as well. He's just very well balanced, and he knows how to pose as well. He perfected his posing quite a bit. He knows how to show his physique in the most aesthetic light, the most classic light possible. So I'm really curious to see him standing next to the other guys. I'm sure the judges will compare him to Chris just for the fun, if not because he's actually that close to him. But Chris, I don't know. I mean, is he gonna be in shape even? There is a video on his channel, on his YouTube channel, in which he looks really good. Like, he looks really thick, really dry and hard. Take a look at the bicep peak right there. It looks cintallish even, but I know it's not, because he has a really deep separation and cuts. He just has this weird shape to it. His arms are not small anymore. I mean, these are big arms. Not well shaped maybe, but those arms are not small by any means. And he looks really hard and grainy overall, but again, this lighting is it's a really good lighting, let's be honest. The gym is all black, it's really dark, and the light is really strong, white light, so it really creates a good contrast, and it makes him look probably more conditioned than he is. The way he is confident about his physique right now, him and his coach as well, and brother-in-law Ian Valier also, they're both really confident. This is Chris's best edition ever. The way they're confident, you would assume that, I guess, they're actually bringing a good package. But based on what I'm seeing, the videos and everything, I don't think he looks as conditioned as Brian. I mean, still, there is 11 more days. Maybe he's holding it back with water retention. Maybe he's gonna just, pull the water out in the final days. Maybe he's trying to stay hydrated as much as possible because of his kidney issue. But yeah, in this video, he looks impressive. He looks really hard, really impressive. But I don't know. Based on the photos that I've seen so far, he didn't look that impressive. In my last video, I mentioned that he might be posting old photos, to confuse his competition. There is a YouTuber who used that as well. I'm not saying that he took it from me, but I'm just saying I said that first. And that he might be trying to trick the other, mainly Brian Ainsley, by posting old photos. Because in these videos, he looks better than he looks in those photos. Here you can see his arms. I mean, these arms are looking sick. They're looking improved. They're looking big. They're looking veiny and hard and everything. The shoulders are striated as well, detailed and everything. So, I don't know. Let's wait and see him on stage. But based on what I'm seeing here, it definitely does look much better than those photos. Is it going to be good enough? Is this lighting not deceiving? I don't know. But I gotta tell you one thing. As much as Chris is criticized for his small, quote-unquote, small arms, I'm impressed with his arms. I wish I had arms like this, big as this. Yeah, the shape might not be there, when he does the front double bicep, but... And the biceps are short, quite short, the triceps as well, but the size, he does not have small arms. No, not anymore. Take a look at this. This looks impressive. It looks freaky. I'm really curious to see his conditioning, though, on the stage. I hope he's gonna bring it. Because if he doesn't, it's gonna be an easy win for Brian, it seems. Anyways, let's wait and see for 11 more days. Alright, and for the end, we have a physique update or body fat percent update of Big Ramy. A potential Mr. Olympia winner, right? He could do that. In this photo right here, you can see his lower body, his... legs when he's hitting the side chest, and you can see some deep separation in the glutes. You can see some separation and lines in the quads, but does it look super dry? Does it feel heat, skinless conditioning? No, it doesn't. I mean, it could be just water retention. It probably is. These guys usually don't look their best. They get like 20-30% better in the final days. So I don't know. Let's wait and see him on stage. But at this point, yeah, the separation is pretty good. It's pretty deep. It's just about the thinness of the skin that he can bring. I mean, can he really be that matured? Him and his coach, Chad Nichols, did they figure it out? He has a trainer currently, but it's only like for a week or two. He's trained by Dennis James, who used to be his coach as well. I mean, dietitian, and of course the other things like steroids. He was helping him with that, but now that job is taken by, as you can see right here, tag the diet doc. That is Chad Nichols, who used to coach Ronnie Coleman and many other bodybuilders. So I hope that Chad is as good of a coach as people claim. I mean, if he did what he did with Ronnie, let's hope he creates another beast, the biggest beast of all time, maybe a new best bodybuilder of all time, Big Ramy. It's high hopes. I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, Ronnie is Ronnie. I don't think Ramy is gonna be like Ronnie ever. But yeah, let's just be optimistic and let's hope that he's gonna get as close to that, what I just said, as possible. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. You can see right here how shredded Big Ramy is. Whatever you think about it, tell me down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you want to see more, subscribe. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.